Hello everybody, it's vanburman here. Welcome back to another video, and today we're going to discuss a deck that I'm calling Dave's deck, although I will talk more about it when we get to it. I actually maybe want to make some changes to it on the fly before we begin. So that won't be on the fly, and that'll be preemptively. But I've run out of, I think it's like rare wild cards that I don't have. But yeah, I have some mythics and stuff, but I actually need some more Final Fantasy cards. So we're going to open some to start off with. Why not? Let's open them all. I won't get what I need. I didn't buy the mythic ones. Did I get anything new? Oh, that's annoying. Oh, I got this one. I don't think I can play this one, but that's cool. I've not seen that. I actually haven't seen that before. It's one of the, what's it called? Oh, no, it eludes me. The back in time ones. Right. Well, that was really handy for what I needed. If I need any more mythics, absolutely fine. But if not, okay, right. So, as you know, Dave, very good friend of the channel. Has he been in videos? I can't even remember now. Must have been. Yeah, in some form or another. Yeah, no, yes, at least in the Among Us videos. So he's kind of new into Magic, although I guess so am I, realistically. And he wanted to try and make a deck, which, we'll be thinking about making a deck. But I thought, you know what, I build one for him that's kind of epitomizes the things he likes from Final Fantasy a little bit, and something that might be somewhat, he says, coherent, that has some like interesting stuff in there. So basically, I've gone for a mainly Sephiroth / Queener deck with the... Oh, I never noticed Queener in the background of the front. How have I not noticed that before? That's hilarious. That's great art, that is. Anyway, I digress. Kind of deck. And the reason... Have I got some styles, do I? Oh, I do, apparently. Cool. And I've been playing on the jump in section. My deck there is like a Chocobo mountain deck, which is interesting and has given me at least some idea of, you know, what sort of stuff there is basically in that thing. I know that green mono is particularly interesting, so there is that. And yeah, trying to think of like, how do I get the best out of Sephiroth? And, you know, what else could I possibly do that, you know, might... Because I think the thing that I'm always really scared is the wrong word, but cautious of, I suppose, is having like dead draw cards, you know, that you get them too... You either get them too late and you can't do anything with them, or you get them too early and they are like a blocker for you to do stuff. And then you got other stuff where they're not going to dig you out of a hole if you need to draw something, you know, to keep you in the game or something like that. So some of the things that I had a bit of a play around with, generally I'm trying to get Queener on the board, make Chocobos with Chocobo Racetrack, with Side Quest, and in doing so, make tokens for Queener, which then act as sacrifice fodder, effectively, for Sephiroth. Also have Final Days as well, which is quite interesting. You have more monsters in your graveyard, you get a lot more tokens, which kind of also act a bit like the Chocobo thing, although you only make one frog from that, whereas with the Racetrack, you get multiple, if you have multiple. And that was the kind of the idea. I'm kind of missing something that allows me to sacrifice stuff. And I'm not sure if I'm missing something. I know Sephiroth gets to, which is great. I guess Phantom Train could work because he allows you to sacrifice. Although that's another 4 mana card. I have quite a lot of 2 and 3 mana cards as well, so I'm trying to balance things out right. I think Jet's quite a good card just to have anyway, so I'm going to start filling my sideboard with stuff that I think I might want. I was actually thinking about Arden, he's actually really good and would work in this deck because we're half swamp anyway, and having the 3 swamp requirement is pretty high. But I do also have Evil Reawakened, which is 5 mana. This one's like what, 8? So you could get him out earlier if you happen to have Evil Reawakened. And what else was the thing? So there's a decent amount of removal. So we've got the side quest thing, which also destroys a creature and eventually gives us a decent monster at the end of it. We've then got Sephiroth's intervention, only one of them, though. I didn't want potentially too much removal. Then we've got the green removal, which is Chocobo Kick. Is there something else that I had? I'm not even sure. No, I think that's it. I think I toyed with the idea of some other ones, but that's where I got to. So yeah, there's a couple of options. I could go a bit more heavy with the removal. Like Overkill, stuff like that. All good, all cards that could, in theory, fit in there quite well. Vanburman? I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. I don't think I've ever said that. I always just think giant eyeball creature. That does allow you to sacrifice a creature, which is good. That helps. I was actually going to put Cecil in there, so a copy of Cecil and a copy of Tombury, just for some variety's sake. But I don't have, because I think he's a rare. Yeah, I don't have any rare wildcards, so I can't add him to the deck. I also wanted to steer clear of the mage, because I know you could, in theory, do like a mage Sephiroth build. It's a bit more focused, but I quite like the idea of having some more options with a bit more flavour. I'm not a big fan of Final Fantasy 13, as you probably know, but I do have some Final Fantasy 13 cards in here. I've got Vanilla and Fang, and potentially you can get them out and get Ragnarok off the back of it. Shaz and his Chocobo are in there as well, because they, Shock Horror have pretty good synergy. And then, for a bit of fun, but also, very possible to get out. So you can get out through Evil Reawakened, which I imagine there's non-Final Fantasy cards that are better in black that do bring stuff out from the graveyard. I think the difference with this is the 2+1/+1 counters. Probably not worth the extra mana. You're probably bringing something out for its effect rather than it having 2/1/1 counters on, but whatever. There is actually a little bit of synergy here with Shaz. If you can bring out whatever you want with your 2/1/1 counters, attack, double the counters. So, that gets you some counters on the board, which is never a bad thing. But ultimately, having Sin in there is kind of like the big bad. You do need a starting town down, of course, in order to be able to get that off anyway, though, because of no blue mana in the deck, which is interesting. We've then got X-Def in here as well. Very interesting card. It gives you life, which is really nice, and then can transform and has power to the amount of creatures you have in your graveyard, which is really, I've always found it quite useful because it's a 3/3 anyway for 3 mana that gives you 3 life that you can then potentially make much stronger with Trample, and actually works, if you're going to run this deck, I think that actually works quite well. And it's not always that difficult to have 6 creatures in there, because we've got 2 Fenrirs, 3 Queeners, Esper Origin never actually goes in there, do they? But and obviously none of the Chocobos do either. But like Town Greeter and stuff, it's not impossible by any stretch to get 6 monsters in there. Particularly as there's a little bit of mill with Town Greeter, Titan as well. It happens. Maybe there's not quite as much mill as you would like, but Final Days as well is also good for having stuff, creatures and things in the grave. So that's probably one of the other areas is in terms of milling that we could go on. We then got Vane's Treachery, which was once again one of my other ideas for a bit more sorcery, but didn't quite make the cut because generally don't find myself with, or haven't yet anyway, found myself with loads of tokens that I've been speaking about that I'm going to start creating from somewhere. So there is that to consider. And I think Shadow's Chocobo is really just there for have something that's a 1 mana green that maybe kind of doesn't give away your game plan straight away. I think that's element of surprise. It cannot be understated. So there is that part. Then we have the Goo Blue Gardener for the mana, and also Torgal has a pretty good effect of having the add or mana of any color as well, which is really nice because there you potentially have a spare mana, but if you only had 2 mana and you got Torgal out, you could tap Torgal, bring out Sephiroth, and Sephiroth will come out as a 4/4 rather than 3/3. Minor differences, but still there is some synergy there. And there just wasn't enough 1/1 counters to add Tifa. That was one of the other ones that I kind of had a feeling about. Does this mean they've got different? Oh, they do have different styles. Oh, is that how you do different styles? Oh my gosh, I did not know that's how you get the different styles. Wow. Okay. That's cool. They're so expensive. Well, quite expensive. I guess if I had cards that I particularly wanted to stylize, I didn't know you could do that. I do very much want the full art version of Fenrir. How much is it? 2,000. Oh, I could. Or I could have this one. Yeah, no, I do like that. I do like that. Yep, do it. While I'm making the video. Never mind. Never mind. And I've totally lost what I was going to say in terms of other things that I'd looked at. So the only other 2, really, that I genuinely had a bit of a think about, Diamond Weapon. I'm going to add Diamond Weapon to the sideboard, just because you need 7 in there. But then, I've got Exdef, which is 6, right? So you're not really too far off, and it actually only allows you to get it out quicker. And, yes, Ancient Adamatoise thingy, which is a mythic, actually, so I could have that one, which is interesting. Once again, also thought about that, but it's 8 mana. Like, you could definitely draw that when you don't need it. Although it's a nice big thing to bring out. And the fact that when it dies, you create 10 treasures as well. So you kind of get it back. And I think when you create a treasure, you also get a frog because it's tokens. So there is a lot of synergy there. I'm actually going to make one, and I'm going to add it to the sideboard. I'm not going to add it in for this video, but I do want to try it. Like, this seems like a good deck to try it out in. Sorry. And then the obvious one being whether you should put Genova in there with Sephiroth. That seemed quite cool, but once again, I need a rare wild card. But yeah, I would potentially think about putting them in. So, because it allows you to draw some cards and, gets us +1/+1 counters on, which then might lead to, giving us more option to potentially have Tifa in there, even though it would be a lot slower. She'd be a lot slower than she would be otherwise. And I think that's about it for what I thought about. Did consider whether Masamune should be in there, purely because, it's a Sephiroth deck. But yeah, just couldn't convince myself to put the equipment in. I'm going to add it to the sideboard though anyway, just because in theory it could really help. Like, it has first strike and has to be blocked, which means Sephiroth attacks, he sacrifices something. If he's then the strongest thing on the board, he has to be blocked, although, yeah, it has to be blocked, but then he's also got first strike. And you trigger it twice, so I'm guessing that means the attacking creature then triggers it twice. So that would get you potentially 3, you then just need to find another way to eke out something else. I'm almost convincing myself to put it in now. I'm trying to think, how useful is it with other, adding it onto something else? And I think that's probably where I'm not certain. I guess if I went to 3 Sephiroths, that might make sense. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at for the build. Happy to, I realize I've gone on for a bit longer, but just trying to really wanted to explain my rationale for stuff, why it's in there. I really like Chocobo Racetrack, but it feels, no, I'm well aware of the criticism off the back of this, but it feels like it's 1 mana too much. to be like really, really useful and an absolute no-brainer. I think it's just probably one of the best ways for green Final Fantasy, with that caveat, to get tokens out. You know, there's other ways that we are getting tokens out as well, and we create extra tokens and that kind of thing now and then. That's about it. There's also the equipment bit as well. I mean, I absolutely could have this stuff in there, but it just feels too much. You know, if it was like a 1 mana or a 2 mana or something like that, I'd absolutely swap it out instead of one of these. But there you go. And obviously Jumbo Cactar as well was a consideration. Fat Chocobo is also considered. I'm going to put Fat Chocobo in. Oh, I can't have Fat Chocobo in this side because there are too many now. Yeah, fine. No Fat Chocobo. All right. Well, let's see how we get on then. And see if I can get any wins. So it's probably worth mentioning, I do have a fairly, on the few that I played before this, when I was trying to rationalise whether actually any of it was any good, had a few wins. So we'll see if that continues. So let's, that was quite loud, sorry about that. Let's see how this goes. We'll play 3 or 4. It depends on how badly I get beaten. Of course, if we're remaining competitive, because I don't want this to come across as it being a bad deck, because I don't think it is. Oh my gosh. Sin in the starting hand is painful, but what else can I do? What's this? Oh, okay, this is probably, if I had to guess, it's a mono green deck. Okay. Isn't that great for me to have a mono green deck? Oh no. Oh damn, it begins. Oh, it begins. There we go. Yeah, very good. Well, my green black deck is, I'm guessing he's got Snakeskin Veil as well. Very nice. I don't have anything like that. Oh, and I've lost my Evil Reawakened as well. That's annoying. That's big annoying. Let me tell you. Kind of feel like I want to play Starting Town early. Oh, yeah, okay. And then we're going to get that. Get basic land. Yada, yada. It's now a 3/4. Oh, I forgot that. Oh, that thing has trample as well. What have I got to do? I'm going to have to take it, aren't I? Because I kind of need that boy there to... Oh, I don't know. Do I just bring out Sephiroth here? Do I get to draw a card? Yeah, I do. All right. Literally, I'm going to sacrifice Town Greeter. Oh, sorry, Town Greeter. Well, it gives me, if Sephiroth stays alive, I was going to say it gives me options, but it doesn't really give me options because, like I say, I think they've got Snakeskin Veil. If they mana out, we'll see. But yeah, kind of need... Oh yeah, I need some... This is going to get bad real quick. And this is where I'm like, oh, you know what? Some extra removal would be great here. Unfortunately, that's not how this stuff works. I've got no choice. I'm going to have to get rid of that thing. I'll take my meager extra life. Gosh. Do I attack? Is it even worth attacking? Because I'll just lose. I'm not going to be able to get 4, am I, anyway? So, no. I'm trying. I think the thing with the green deck, particularly, is you got to be able to survive the early game. I'm quite a way off getting something like Odin out, which is a shame because there's potential there for some shenanigans. And yeah, Lost Evil Reawakened, which is a bit annoying. Don't imagine I'll last long enough to use it, though. You're not going to tap me with anything else? Oh, right, okay, whatever. And we've got our 1 mana left open. I don't know what your game is. Oh, gosh. Lovely. Now, this is interesting. Chocobo Racetrack, like I say, if Chocobo Racetrack is a 4, I feel a lot better about it. If I do this, I just feel like they're going to Snakeskin Veil, but I guess I need to get it out, don't I? Realistically. Well, that was obvious. How far am I off Odin? I still need another one. Oh, I'm going to have to take it, which is really painful. Trying to think, do I get rid of that or do I get rid of the blooming Chocobo? Probably get rid of that, don't I? I've just not got enough. I've not got enough health, so it doesn't matter. I don't know why we're even debating this. I can only get myself 1, can't I? Do I have to attack? Or do I not attack? Well, I've got 2 blockers. He's got, what, 13? I can block 2 of them, best case. That gives me 5. I can block that, which is 8. Yeah, I don't have enough, I don't think. You know what? We'll see. We will see it through, though. Because people make silly mistakes all the time. Oh my gosh. And that comes out again. Lovely. That might do it, I think. Yes, very good. Yeah, I mean, don't matter, does it? All right. Well, we will take the L, I suppose. I wonder, like, in terms of like triggering and stuff, how that would happen. But anyway, there you go. Probably needed something a bit stronger in that one. Not that I thought it was a terrible start. I thought it was like a pretty good, really. But just lots of tricks, aren't there? That's all. See, here would be nice to have Llanowar Elves rather than my my Gardener, but he has got 3 toughness, which actually, you know, early on is pretty good. Doesn't quite get me up to 1, 2 Titan. That's 3. Maybe get another lander with Commune with Beavers. It gets me 4. So getting close. Surveil. There's kind of a bit of a game plan here, apart from Odin. But Oh, I thought they were going first. I didn't read. Obviously take the forest. It's a shame that that one doesn't put them into you, are they? Maybe you could. Maybe they could, and where you choose if it goes into your graveyard or not. That might have been nice. All right, so I go 3, then I've got 4, which means I could Chocobo kick and something else. There won't be any Chocobo kicking for me, though, but we will surveil. My big shiny new Fenrir. Very nice. I wonder what you have in your hand. What instant you have. Something dastardly, no doubt. For your green. Is Una green and white? Oh. Oh, so it plays a bit like a mono green deck. We could Titan. Or we could Esper Origins. I think if we have the option to Titan, we Titan. Well, Sin's gone in there. Which is fine. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I've still got 5. I'll get 2 more mana, but I won't be able to use it next turn. I can always Chocobo kick. I guess in theory, no, that wouldn't get me 1 free mana, but interesting. Right, so I think I have to attack first, because I'm going to attack anyway. Just see what they do. Interesting. Okay, fine. Don't actually mind that too much. All right, well, let's Chocobo kick. Do I kick her or do I not kick her? It doesn't make any difference, so that's not. Let's play. Okay. Like, I don't know. I can't obviously see their hand, but didn't really feel as though I was close to winning there. I know, obviously, Titan, if you don't get rid of Titan next turn, I then have like a, 11-11 with, or 11-14 with Trample. Oh, I guess I could give it to Fenrir. But anyway, point is, like, you've got a turn and probably something in every deck with some sort of removal. Although, having said that, they did just surveil. So, and I can't remember whether they decided to keep it or not. Oh, lovely. Tombury. I don't like... This sounds okay, actually. I don't love it. Never all that keen on having Odin in my starting hand, but the game loves to give me Odin in my starting hand, so... That's me bashing my mouse, sorry. That is a cool card. Got all sorts of stuff. Do we go for a Torgal? I think we do go for a Torgal, actually. Become brazen. Yes, yes. Have your 1 whatever. See, Torgal's like a bit of a random one, I think. Like, quite a random choice. Oh, and Fenrir. I would love to have a Fenrir in my deck. Unfortunately. I can't. I need it. I think. I don't actually need it. That's a lie. But I want it. It's got vigilance as well. Vigilance, reach, and death touch. Hey, this is my play. I'm famous for this play. Famous in my head. I'm just going to have to eat whatever he decides to throw at me, aren't I? That's the annoying part. Yes, I'll take a 1, I suppose. I mean, ideally, I would. I wonder what he's got. Gotta have something. Gotta have snakeskin veil or something. Oh, that was harsh. I'm not a fan of that. Have stopped him from getting a draw off of Fenrir, which is nice. 7/7 is always nice. Oh, yeah. Well, almost feel like I knew that was going to happen. Oh, that was 1 damage. I mean, this will put the cat amongst the pigeons. So I say we do it. Like, you've used your get rid of monster card. So I don't have any way of giving this guy trample. So I don't think it's actually going to do me too much good. Flying and death touch. Meh, not too bad. Do I toggle? Let's toggle as well. Really? I mean, I kind of wasn't expecting that, to be honest. Wouldn't it be nice to have Queener out now, though? I'd have 2 frogs. I don't, but it would be nice. So what have I got? I have 6 mana, at least 1 of every colour. What's Sin? He's 8, isn't he, or something? Or 7. Ugh. I guess Evil Reawakened would be quite nice about now. And now we wait. For the opportune moment. I'm not sure, but I think Odin might have been like perfect condition for. Anyway, let's attack. Let's get the attack out of the way. See what they decide to do. And then I guess I'll just do this. Get myself another Chocobo. Oh, Titan, eh? Interesting. I think it's the only move, really, isn't it? And then do I get... Oh, yeah, I probably do, don't I? Sort of gone a bit all in now, but that's okay. Do I want to attack? I could do 4. That would get me to 8. No. And now we wait and see. That's a lot of land. You can basically do whatever he wants at this point. So, yeah. Ooh. That's not very nice. Wow. I mean, luckily, there's nothing I actually could have done in that scenario. But that's actually a very good move. You get your trample in there, and then you add the meteor strikes on. Like I say, lots of mana. All right, well, we'll make this the last one. Hopefully, get a win, tied up 2 for 2. But am I convinced that will be the case? I am not. But we've got a turn 1 Tombury, so could be worse. And a turn 2 Chocobo, and then probably no mana after that. But, oh no, we do. That's nice. And Tombury will be in. Oh, they got Balm Garden. Very nice. I'm not going to be able to play anything this turn anyway, so we may as well do that. Hit them for 5, hopefully take no more than 2. It's interesting because I wanted to see Balm Garden come out. And it's obviously, do they want to attack? Oh, Traveling Chocobo. That's an interesting. I'm going to have high mannered myself out because obviously I need to get rid of Traveling Chocobo. Oh no. I need to get rid of blooming everything. Wow. Probably done here. I've never seen that card before in my life. You have no maximum card size. Oh my gosh. Okay. See, this is just ridiculous. Whatever. I'm done. No. 1 out of 4. That's definitely the worst for these videos. The point is, this deck absolutely can win. It has the ability to. Just not now. And my record before this video was pretty good. In fact, it was very good. See, lots of 3s. They'll never give me the 1s. We'll get that down first. People are going to be hopefully just going to absolutely confuse them by the fact I'm only playing lands. I've got nothing else to bring out. With haste. It's all a big joke, isn't it, to everyone? Evil reawakened in my starting hand. Oh, this blooming thing. Yes, I know, right. Oh, having to pay because I didn't put a forest down. Well, hopefully that doesn't come back to bite me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's one of those blooming artifact things, deck things. No. Can't do it. Wow, you really wanted that land. And you needed it for this thing. Oh, that's super harsh. That's super harsh, guy. No, that was not what I needed. That was really not what I... Oh, okay. Whatever. Never mind. Yep. Very good. Down to 50% win rate now, though, so that's it. It's perfectly balanced. Yes, I hope you enjoyed that. I obviously do suck at Magic the Gathering, so not too surprised. But anyway, see you all very soon. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.